أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. I have given a long interview in Hausa, but I was requested to give a short account of what happened to us during the Zaria massacre. So in English, so that it will be possible for those who are not Hausa-speaking people to be able to know what happened. And although what I'm going, I have to be brief in what I'm going to say. So a lot of things may not come out of what I'm going to say. But earlier on, while in detention, I have tried as much as possible to put everything that happened to us in writing. So I will only be brief here, and if there is any need for more details, maybe by the time the little booklet that I have written, in which I give full account of what happened, comes out, people will be able to know the details about it. But I will try to be brief about what happened to us. So I will start by saying that this Islamic movement, I have been a part of it right from as far back as late 70s, maybe to be precise, 79, because it was in 1979 I finished my secondary school, and it was during that time, July 1979, that I met the Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaki. But of course, I met him as my teacher, not as there was no issue of marriage or anything like that. So it was since that time I became acquainted with the Islamic movement and started attending some programs of the Islamic movement. Even though at that time it wasn't so distinctly, actually we were all students and we were part of MSS, that is Muslim Student Society, and the Islamic movement have not been known as a distinct movement on itself. So I'm saying this because so that people will know that this Islamic movement has started as far back as more than 40 years ago, and throughout the history of the Islamic movement, we have faced persecution right from the onset, throughout at the hands of different governments. For trumped up charges, for no reason at all. They have attacked us, they have persecuted us. Even as students, they have persecuted us, victimized us, done a lot of things to us. Throughout we have been facing persecution. So, but I'm not going to go into depth. I'm not going to, like I've earlier said, you can get it when the little booklet that I've written on this comes out. One will get the full details, at least of what I know, my own personal experience with the Islamic movement. But I will start, since we are now speaking about the 6th year of this Zaria massacre. So I will try to confine myself to what happened during Zaria massacre, my own experience of what happened. But before then, I will, like I've earlier said, that we have faced persecution throughout the history of the Islamic movement. I will start by saying that in 2014, July 2014, there was a Quds Day procession. And this Quds Day procession has taken place right from the time that the Imam Khomeini declared the last Friday of Ramadan to be a time of solidarity with the Palestinians. Here, our leader, Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaki, has comply with this. And from that time on, we have held rallies, lectures, processions to show our solidarity with the Palestinians every last Friday of Ramadan. So that of 2014 is not the first one, but in the past, some of the processions have gone on without any event, without the government attacking us. Because whenever you hear anything happen, any event or any, whenever you hear us, people speaking about our Quds Day commemoration, it's usually, you will find that it is only when the government attack us, you know, those in the authority at that time. It is when they attack us, that is when it becomes news. But otherwise, most media outlets, they just pretend that it is not happening. We started this Quds Day rally when we were just few people doing it. And then it became bigger and bigger and bigger and so on. So during like I have said in the past, there had been incidences of attacking some people, attacking us during the Quds Day procession, but it's not always the case. Sometimes it goes on well. In fact, most of the time it goes well. So, but 2014, Quds procession did not go well because at that time, after the procession was very large. It took place at Zaria. It was very, very large. And it is after the procession that the government of that time, the government before this government, that is the government of Jonathan, sent some soldiers to come and attack people. In fact, some of the people, they were going back after the procession. It was not at the beginning of the procession. And they came, the moment they came, they just opened fire on everybody. And it is in this incident, my three sons, Ahmed, Hamid, and Mahmoud, were killed, along with some 31 other people. There were 34 people, Shuhada at that time, martyrs. There were 30, including a Christian man who saw the barbarity of the soldiers who came and are shooting on harmless and armless people. He was asking them, why are you killing them? They have been doing this for years. Why are you shooting at them? What have they done to you? So the answer was they turned on him and they shot him dead. So that is what makes the number to be 34. 33 of my children and 31 other people were killed at that time. So after this incident, just between this incident and the incidents of Zaria massacre, it is only 1 year and exactly 1 year, 5 months. Then the Zaria massacre came. That massacre, with this Zaria massacre of 2015, which took place December 2015, it made what happened in 2014 a child's play. Because in this massacre, they killed everyone. Everyone at site were killed. They killed children, they killed old people, they killed young people, they killed youths, they killed women with pregnant women. They killed everybody. They just shoot everybody. They just shoot anybody. In fact, there is an incident of somebody at Gelesu, that is the quarters where we are living. When they came to attack us, there is incidents of a sister who was pregnant, and when they started attacking the people and killing the people, she started labor and she gave birth there. And the soldiers came and, go over her, she and her baby. They bulldozed them with a tank. They went over them with tank. Because they came with all preparation of, as if they are in war. They use all sort of heavy weapons like RPG, AK-47, and all sort of weapons, bombs, grenades and all this. Only many tanks, they use all. They came as if they were fighting war. So, like I'm saying that I cannot give details here. I just want to be brief, So that is why I have to. I will just mention a few things that happened. For instance, I will mention what happened in Geles, where I'm living. That is in the house of Sheikh. Maybe the other things that happened in other places will be heard by those who are actually eyewitness to those things. So at Geles, around 10:30 at night on Saturday, 12th December 2015, I had gunshots. So I was trying to call some of those who are at the gate to ask what is happening. Then my son came in, Hamad. Then I said, what is happening? My son Hamad, who has just arrived, in fact, that day he arrived from Lebanon. He went to Lebanon, to attend a conference, a conference organized about Palestine. So he came in. I said, what happened, Hamad? He said, it is the soldiers, they are here. Because earlier in the day, we heard that they have gone and surrounded the Husseiniya, where we have we usually conduct our programs like Tafsir Nahjul Balaga, celebrations of Maulud and mourning of Imam Hussein and so on. So they went to the Husseiniya, and since in the afternoon they surrounded the Husseiniya with armed people. In fact, we were to go to Husseiniya, but there was no way to go to Husseiniya because we were ready to go, but we were told that the soldiers have blocked all roads leading to Husseiniya, and they are well armed, and they were stopping all cars that were going there and opening and even peeping inside the car to see who is inside the car. So they wouldn't allow us to go to Husseiniya. So we were not able to go to Husseiniya that day. But at 10:30, they came to the house. After they started killing people at Husseiniya, they came to the house at 10:30 and started shooting. So my son told me it is these soldiers, they have come to this place. So that is how it all started. And after that, they were shooting, they were just killing people. It was, in fact, from that time until around 2 o'clock, it is just killing spree. They were killing everybody, I don't know how many people they killed that night. But while shooting different kind of weapons, at the same time, they were calling my phone. I don't know who it is. Somebody who said he's Colonel Yusuf, and another one who said he's Adamu. He didn't tell me that he's a soldier. I don't know what he is. Maybe he's a security agent. He's actually in the afternoon. It was Adamu that first called. The moment they started shooting, then he told me that. Please, the chief of army staff want to speak to the sheikh. So, but now he's on his way from Kano. He will be going to Kaduna. When he goes there, he will give the phone. He will ask the chief of army staff to call. They will call through my number. I say it's okay. But I say, do you know that right now they are shooting? He said, yes, that is the reason why we want to speak to the sheikh. Okay. So after a while now, he phoned again. Then he said, now I'm at Kaduna. The chief of army staff will soon, in a few minutes time, he will call through your phone. I said, okay. I was waiting. I even informed the sheikh that this is what one Adamu told me, that the chief of army staff is going to speak to you. Then after that, not knowing that even they were also calling the phone of Sheikh, one colonel, I don't know. But later, when he called the phone of Sheikh, it was me who took it. That was late at night, maybe around 1:30, around 2 o'clock at night. He was when he called at that time, it was me who picked the phone. It was then I heard the name. He said Colonel Yusuf. His name is Colonel. But the one who was calling earlier was one Adamu. I don't know who he is. But they are calling and they are shooting. They are calling and they are killing people. It was later we realized that they are just calling to know whether the sheikh is still alive, because they are using heavy weapons right from the road leading to our house, they were using RPGs, heavy weapons, and all these kind of things. So maybe they were hoping that maybe one of those shootings they are doing, since it is killing some people, maybe the sheikh too is involved. So they were only calling. It was later we realized that maybe they were calling just to, not that there is no issue of any body speaking with sheikh. They have come to massacre, and they just want to be sure that if he's still alive, then they continue shooting. Then at around 2 o'clock, then the sheikh told me that if they call, it was then he told me that these people are calling to know whether I'm still alive. So if they call again, the person calling, you should tell him that they have already killed me. So when they called, they called the sheikh's phone. So I picked up the phone. Then they said, he introduced himself. He said, I'm Colonel Yusuf. I want to speak to the sheikh, to Sheikh the chief of army staff wants to speak to Sheikh Zakzaki. So I told him that, do you want to speak to him after you have killed him? Then I heard him in the background. He was telling some people, he was saying, and he was telling them with jubilation, with happiness. He was saying, she has confirmed that he is dead. And then the moment he said that, I heard jubilation in the background. And it was then we realized that it was just nearby. They are at close to the house when they were calling, because you can even hear the jubilation even in the room. So it was then, and from that time, the man didn't say anything to me again, which means that was why they were calling. They were calling just to know whether they have killed him or not. And now I have told them that they have already killed him. So that is why they were jubilating. So from that time on, the shooting stopped, because they thought they have achieved their target. Okay. So it was then we had some peace until morning during the time of Subuh prayer. But at the time of Subuh prayer, the sheikh went out to lead, as usual, to lead the Subuh prayer with the brothers that were around. The moment they heard his voice leading the prayer, or maybe somebody in the house, because we understand that there are some of their agents who are posing as brothers, who are posing as their supporters of the sheikh. So maybe some of them signal to them that the sheikh is still alive. So the moment, while we are praying in the Subuh prayer, that is morning prayers, which usually takes place before even the dawn, at the dawn, then we had them shooting. So when we had them shooting, and then the moment I finished my prayer, I quickly went to the section of the sheikh to see what is happening. Then he came in and he said it is maybe because they had him now. Since before I told them he's dead, now they are sure that he's alive, so they continued the shooting. They were shooting, and from then on, they were killing everybody. You know, the brothers, there are a lot of brothers, youths, and so on, who came to the house when they heard that the house has been attacked. Some, you know, from all places, they quickly came to give protection to the sheikh. So they were there, they were just killing people. And some of my children came in. I remember it was Haider that came in, one of those sons of mine that were killed. Then I told him, what is happening? He told me that they are just killing. They have, at that time, it was around, I forgot the time, but it's on a Sunday, because they started at night, 10:30, but then they stopped by 2 after midnight. Then when they are sure that the sheikh is alive, they continue the shooting again. So from that time, maybe at the time my son came and told me that so far they've killed about 200 people. Maybe it's up to around 9 o'clock in the morning. So he said they are just killing. Then I asked, then my other son Hamad, I asked him, I hope you people, you are able to take the pictures of what is happening and the clips and so on. They said, Alhamdulillah, we've taken pictures and clips and we are sending it. Alhamdulillah, there is network, we are able to send it. So the world will know what is happening. So these killings continue. You know, they killed everyone. They are so barbaric. The barbarity is unprecedented, because we have never imagined that soldiers, who have sworn to defend the people and to defend the country, will come and kill their own people. But this is what happened to us, with no reason at all, no incidents, nothing, except for the lie they told to the world that the road has been blocked. The chief of army staff road was blocked. Even if the road is blocked, what they are supposed to do is to arrest those who blocked the road and charge them to court and say, why have you blocked the road? They are not supposed to kill people because the road was blocked. But even if that is the reason, then why come to our house? Our house is many kilometers away from Husseiniya. But then they came at night, 10:30. Because all this will show people that this is a pre-planned something. We know it's pre-planned. Actually, what I did not say is that the Sheikh's life they have been attempting assassination on the Sheikh's life many times before. It's only Allah that has been protecting him. They have tried many times. In fact, sometimes we know, sometimes we do not know. Even me, after the killing of our 3 sons at Quds, there was a time that they attempted to kill me too. Because I usually go to the graves of my children, 3 children who were killed during Quds. I go there 4 times in a week. And I go from Asr time, like 4 o'clock in the evening, and sometimes I stay there until 9 o'clock at night, sometimes 10 o'clock. I pray, I read the Quran, I do all, and pray that I feel some comfort but being together with them. And one night when I was coming back, I was told to change the road because a sniper was observed on the way that I'm usually taking. He was there, he hid in some hidden place. He was waiting for me. When I come, then he will kill. Maybe they will kill him. It's Boko Haram that killed me. The Boko Haram that they have created themselves. Like when they bombed our brothers on just 2 weeks to Zaria Massacre 2015, when they bombed some of our brothers when they were doing the symbolic trek from Kano, they sent some so-called suicide bombers, which we discovered one of them detonate his explosives, but the other one, and then he detonated his explosives and killed about 23 brothers or 24 brothers. But the other one was caught by the brothers, and his confession was recorded, and he told them that actually he has been kidnapped by some people. He was kidnapped and taken to a place, and he was kidnapped by the soldiers. And I forgot, maybe I have this area, this Meduguri area, and then he was taken to a place, and there is somebody. He gave the name of the person who was brought to train them, and they were telling them that if they strike bomb around their body and go into the gatherings of the brothers and kill them, they will go to the paradise. And he said, actually, it is the soldiers that arrested him. They took him, and then they said if he does not agree to detonate his own bomb, then they will, they will kill him. So that is why even that one that detonated his own, detonated it. Even he was trying to do that, but Allah prevented it, and the brothers were able to capture him. And then it was then he told them that he has bomb on his body. If they will, then they say, okay, remove it, just remove it. Then he removed it and kept it. And it was later he was telling them that this is what happened. And then he even begged the brothers to please keep him with them, because if they allow him to go, these people are going to kill him, because they said he must detonate the bomb, otherwise they will kill him. So he was even begging that he should not be released to the police, because he's afraid they are going to kill him. Because actually the whole program is a program that is organized for these oppressors from outside, and they are only executing it. Because it didn't start during this regime, it started during the regime of Adua stroke Jonathan, and then it continued. So it's a program from outside, and the reason for bringing this kind of thing is because of our resources. They want to steal our resources. They want to kill everybody. They want to remove everybody from that area where there are gold, precious stones, tantalites, diamonds, what is it called? Oil and all this. They want the people to leave the place, and they want to pack the resources. That is why they created all these things that they are calling Boko Haram. And then while we are in detention, they created banditry and so on, and even kidnappers. They are doing this just to create insecurity in the society, to make everybody to run away. Even right now, people have started running away from the country, those who are able to run away. So I'm saying this so that some people will know that actually this program is a program that has been there right from the beginning. It's not issue of any this particular government. It has started from the past one, and then this one is only this present one is continuing the program, and it is engineered from outside and paid for from outside. It is a global, an international conspiracy. And they feel that the only threat they have is an independent voice, and an independent and revolutionary voice like that of the Sheikh, because he's calling for justice. He's calling for we Muslims to come and live our life according to the precepts of the Quran, because this is not a new thing to us here. Even before the colonialists came, we have a system, we have an Islamic system, even though it was corrupted. It was corrupted by people who are selfish, and they are following their selfish desires. But the origin of it is pure, During the Sheikh Usman Danfodio, he came and he established a just system where everybody is free to practice what he believes in. But now, with the coming of the colonialists now, the Muslims are not allowed to practice their religion. They are allowed to practice it only as the colonialists accept. Not as Islam is, because Islam is a complete system of life. You can't be, it's not issue of giving to Caesar what is to Caesar, and giving to God what is to God. But under an Islamic system, someone who believes in that can practice his religion. Everybody, even when there was the Islamic system of Sheikh Usman Danfodio, it wasn't, not everybody were Muslims. There are what they call Maguzawa, those who don't believe in anything, and they were not forced to accept Islam. They live under Islam. They have their freedom to do their own religion. But their freedom does not infringe on the Muslims' freedom. And that is what the Sheikh is calling to. That he's calling that to an Islamic system where everybody will be free to do his religion. The Christians will be free to do their religion. The animists will be free to do what they want to believe in. And the Muslims will be free to do their religion. Unlike now, Muslims are not free to do their religion. Especially if you want to practice Islam according to how it is in the Quran and how the Prophet ﷺ brought it. We are not free, and that is why we are persecuted. Now they want us, we have to accept Islam just like they understand it. The Islam of the rulers. The Islam of accepting tyranny and oppression. Well, Allah has sent all the prophets from Adam down to Noah, that is Noah, down to Abraham, down to Musa alayhi salam, all of them, and then down to Jesus, and down to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. And may Allah's peace be on them all, Allah has sent all the prophets, all of them. I've mentioned only few. I've mentioned those who we call ulul azm. you know. So Allah has sent all these prophets for what? That they should call people to worship Allah and uh, rebel against oppressors. But unfortunately, now they have tried by all means to make Islam to be as if it is a religion of following oppressors. And that is what they want us to believe in. That is what we either believe, that it is a religion of you must follow the oppressors, or they will all continue to kill us. And that is why we are attacked. Because we either comply to what they want, and then go to the hereafter and then face Allah's punishment, or they will continue to oppress us. So after all this, all these things that happen now, they killed a lot of people. By the time the children told me that it's about 200 people now, people had been killed. They are up to 200. Then they continue the killing and the killing until there is nobody around except, in fact, our children were outside before. So each one of them were sent to for one errand or the other. Maybe the brothers that were outside, they sent Hamad to come and give a message. Then I told him that what is happening. Hamad told me they have killed a lot of our friends. In fact, some of those that were together now, I don't think they were even up to 20. So I told him that, okay, the best thing is for you to stay. Just stay together with us. Since by this time they have even come close to the house. I say it's better you stay, so that even if they are going to kill us, then they will kill us together. Otherwise, if you go out, I won't know what is happening. Then that is how all the children gathered together with us. So finally we gathered. When the shooting came to my room, then the children told me that I should leave the place because the shooting has come close to my room. So we all gathered in the Sheikh's room. And then after this, we were hearing takbirats. People are saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. We were hearing until we stopped hearing any takbirats. As they are saying Allahu Akbar, they were being shot, they were being killed. So finally, we had somebody with he used, I don't know, what shall I say, is this speaker or something, He used a speaker to announce, to say that all of you that are in this house, you come out. If you do not, I will count 10. If you do not come out after 10, then we are going to demolish this house on your head. So they started counting, the soldiers, they started counting. They said 1, 2, 3. Then the sheikh told us that, okay, let us all prostrate, so that we meet Allah prostrating. So we all prostrated, After bidding farewell to each other, then we prostrated. We said, Inshallah, the sheikh said, Inshallah, we'll be going to meet Ahmad and the rest. That is the first 3 children that were killed. We'll be going to them today. So we all prostrated. We're expecting that they are going to, they said they are going to demolish the house on us. So we were expecting any moment, maybe I think they are using bombs and so on. So we're expecting the house to come over us. So as we were there, we had some people going over the roof of the house. So we were thinking that maybe they are planting bombs, which they will detonate, to bring the end to bring the house into rubble. So we were in that prostration form, and then I noticed that as if there is, some smoke coming out from the toilet of Sheikh, because we were in his room. Then I said, it appears as if there is fire. Fire is coming out from this toilet. Then the Sheikh got up and opened the door of the toilet, and then we saw fire all the way. The silence we had, we did not know that they have already touched the house with fire. So the house was burning, and then the Sheikh said, okay, instead of us to be killed in this fire, let us go out so that they shoot us. So we went out. But when we were going out, we went through my, we went through my own section of the house, my own living room. Then we noticed that nothing has happened. The fire hasn't got there. And also my room, the fire hasn't got there yet. So we stayed there. He said we should stay there for some time until the fire comes, and then we go into the courtyard. So finally we went into the courtyard when the fire came, and it was burning. And while we were there, it was time for prayer, midday prayer. So the sheikh, I was having my wudu, and he also is having his wudu. So we prayed in that place. And then after praying, then the fire became so intense there. It came to the room. So he said, okay, now we can go out. So we went out. And when we went out, we met some brothers there in the courtyard. They are brothers and we know them, so we met them, about I think 5 of them. We were 8. I, Sheikh, our 3 daughters and 3 sons. So we met some brothers there in the courtyard. There are about 5, I think, or 6. So then we went to a room where the fire has not reached before finally going out. And when we went to the courtyard, we didn't see anybody. We only see the corpses of some of our brothers that they killed, about 2 of them there. But there is small courtyard and there is main courtyard. But when we after the fire came to that area again, the sheikh said we should go. Then there is a room where it's like laundry, That is where the washing machine and something ironing something is. The ironing bench is. So we went into that place. It is dirt. So we went into the room. But before going to the room, we saw all over the big courtyard is littered with brothers and sisters. They have been gunned down by this barbaric Nigerian army. They have gunned them down. Everybody, they are dead. I mean, of course they are not dead because they are Shuhada. But they have killed them. So we went into that laundry. We were there. The fire was burning, and we could hear it, the gas cylinders exploding. And then while the fire was burning, they were throwing hand grenades. They were throwing hand grenades into the fire so that the fire will be big. I mean, whatever is alive there will just die. That is how they continued. They continued it while we were in that room. So we were there until the next day. They were coming in, but they were not able to see us. Allah protected us. We were in the laundry. They didn't see us. They would go throughout the night. They were coming and touching, using torchlight to look at the corpses of brothers that were killed and sisters, and then they will go out. But by Allah's will, they did not see us. So then the next day, that was on Monday. This happened on Saturday. We were there throughout. Then on Sunday, on Monday, very early, during the time of Subh prayer, we were there. We were very thirsty. We were hungry. There was no water. There was nothing to eat. So no water to perform ablution. So we were only using we were only performing tayammum, to do our prayer. And prayer, we cannot even pray because the place is so tiny. We're praying in a way that, just how it is possible in that place. Because now, 6 plus 8, you see we are 14 in that small place. So there is no enough space. So the next morning, the Hamad, that was during the time of Subh prayer. When everything was silent, we didn't hear anybody. Then we were thinking that maybe the soldiers have gone. So Hamad came out and looked, and then he said there is nobody. He went to the big courtyard because there are 2 big courtyards. So he went to the other one. Then he said there is nobody, but everything is there. There are corpses of brothers. Then he came back and told us there is nobody. So the sheikh said, okay, we should better go into the small courtyard and pray. So we went and prayed, all of us. That is Subhi prayer. We prayed, and we were so hungry and thirsty. So there is a little garden in the house, in a very small garden, but there is grape there. So Haider, one of my son, he went and brought some of the grape. It is not ripe. It is, but at least we are able to use with the little bunch of grapes he was able to get. We distributed it among us. Some got three, and so on. Some 2, 3, and so on. So then we ate it, and that killed our thirst and hunger for that moment. Yeah, actually, from the time I took the grape, I even have I had the other brothers saying it, and my children. From the time we took the grapes, we felt no thirst and hunger anymore. After praying, we went back into the room just to cut everything short, because I don't want to give all the details. The details will make it so long, So after that, then we had them coming in through the small courtyard while we were all back in the laundry. We had them coming in, and then they were telling somebody who used to claim that he is a brother. He's one of our brothers. He used to claim he's their agent, but he was claiming that he's one of us. Then we had them telling him that, I lead us, show us everywhere in the house. You know every nook and corner in the house. So show us. Then the person laughed. So the moment they said this, then we just saw them opening the laundry where we are. They just opened the laundry. By the time we had them saying this, I quickly stood up. That time the sheikh was lying down because he was very tired. Throughout the night I was sleeping, but throughout the day actually I was sleeping, and even in the night I was sleeping. But it appears he slept. I mean, he didn't sleep much, So at that time he was lying down and resting. So the moment they tried to open we had them telling that everywhere in the house, show us show us where you think they are. So I quickly got up, Then I looked at the sheikh. I said, please, I begged him to not to get up, to stay where he is and not to say anything, because I was thinking that these barbarians, since it is my house, they are coming to meet me in my house. Maybe if they see that they do not see the sheikh, they will go and leave us, since it is our house. Because what they did was unprecedented. It has never happened before. If it has happened before, we will think that yes, even these barbarians, when they come, they will shoot us in our own house. What we know is that their target is sheikh. Although they have killed many people before then, they killed even children and so on. So it's not surprising that they will kill us. So I quickly got up. It was later I realized, because when I got up, my son Haider and Humed were behind me. But it has to be that they came and sneaked and came in front of me to protect me without me realizing it. Because my aim was to stay there. Even if they are going to shoot, they should shoot me first, to be in the front. Then the moment they opened the laundry, they said, remove that cloth. They mean I should remove my hijab. Remove that cloth. I said, I won't remove it. Then somebody say, fire. Then they just opened fire on us. There are about 5 or 4 people opening fire, with machine gun, and they were, in fact, the one of them I noticed, as he was opening the fire, he was even rotating the gun. He would so that he sure that everybody gets some shot on his body. So they opened fire, and the whole place was full of smoke. And after that, then they stopped firing. The moment they stopped firing, then I heard the children saying that, oh, they have killed Hamad. That is my son, the one who just came back. He came back that day on Saturday from Lebanon. He went to attend a conference on Palestine, you know, and he didn't rest. From the time he came back, he just came back and met that they have already come, they are attacking us, and now they have killed him.